take them because then you're like, the alarm went off and I'm like, why didn't the people get on the Like, I have no choice. Like, the bus gets to my house at like 7:30. We have a lot of ornaments on the bar too. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you are on the live stream, our microphone adapter just broke. So hopefully you can hear everybody. Everybody's going to have to talk really loud because we're just using the iPad mic. Yeah, it snapped in half. So that's just the way things go sometimes. Well, we made it to December. How did 2023 go by so fast? Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for everybody who read the email and donned their lovely Christmas sweaters today. Just a couple updates from the chamber before we get on to the city and EDC updates and school updates for you. Since we met last, we've had two more events. We had Harvest Festival and we had Christmas by the Lake. Both brought about 12,000 people downtown. So very great attendance. For Harvest Festival, that was almost 2,000 more people than last year. So we're really happy with how our events are performing, how we're tweaking those, how more people are just coming and enjoying all that Clear Lake has to offer. Hopefully, if you've had your radio on, you've heard some of the shop local messaging that we've been doing to try and get people downtown, get people to our retailers and our restaurants this holiday season to support local. And then, hopefully you saw in your email about our annual meeting. So last year, it seemed as though the membership really enjoyed having the evening reception, and so we are doing that again. The annual meeting will be on Friday, January 26th. We'll have happy hour starting at 4, with the main event starting at 4:30. After that, we will have some kind of entertainment to be announced. So make sure to mark your calendar for January 26th. We still have about a week before the deadline for our award recipients. So we are giving away 4 awards this year. Please find the email with the nominations. We'll get that posted on our social media too, but we will be recognizing our Larry Luker Volunteer of the Year, a Business of the Year, the Spirit of North Iowa Award, as well as Entrepreneur of the Year. So make sure to get your nominations in for those. Even though all our events are over for the year, we're only about 9 weeks away from Color the Wind. Trish was clapping. I'm like, Color the Wind is in 9 weeks. We are looking for new sponsors for Color the Wind. That is one of our events that we have just seen explosion in terms of growth. We had almost 20,000 people on the ice last year, and so we are looking for sponsors for that event. Our sponsorship book is out, so if you're interested in that, contact Trish and she'll get you signed up and get your name on all of the things that we do to promote Color the Wind. So those are my few updates for you this morning. I didn't want to take too long. Mayor, where's Mayor? Mayor Crabb. Come on up. Okay. Libby just told me we have Christmas gifts for you guys. We have done ornament collections for a long time. We have a basement full of ornaments, and so we brought ornaments for you guys to take home today. So as you leave today, make sure that you grab an ornament. If you have an ugly sweater at the end of today's presentation, we will want to take a picture, and we do have an award for our best ugly sweater this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and hand things over to Nelson. That's the spot.
Good morning. Good morning. That's not loud enough. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. This is the biggest room we've had, Stace, quite a while.
This is crazy.
This is wonderful. Yeah, great. Welcome, all Clear Lakers here. I know, I can tell you are a part of us. And I'm going to go through this real fast. It's kind of a year's synopsis. Stacy's saying, "Oh my gosh, he's going to be there forever." she won't whip me too bad. And if there's something that you want to know more about, come up to me afterwards and we can go through that. But it's been a great, great, great year. I'm very proud of our council, of our whole city staff, and how we work very well with all the community groups here in Clear Lake. There's not a bad group, there better not be, in this town. And it's such a joy to be there. Here we go. In the hiring category, we've hired a new finance officer, Jacob Whitman, greatest guy in finance I've ever known. Stand up there, Jacob, from Lamar's. There's Jacob. Mike Colby, after 5 years interim, he is now our police chief. Another great guy filling a big position. We're going to have, as in July 1st, the wellness and athletic director will be Troy Tisdall, who is now the athletic director at the high school. This will be a perfect fit because we, in fact, are associated, work with, are a part of the high school. It's education and city working together, and that's how that building got built, and that's how that building got staffed, and is going greatly, and it's pretty much 2 years now. I think it will be in a month or two. And I see Stacy there 3 mornings out of the week, so I'm very careful not to get too close. If I do anything bad, she's going to whop me good, and that's scary. We are going to be creating an engineer position. We haven't had an engineer in this town since some of you probably remember. Arnie Johnson, a lot of you don't ever remember Arnie. He was back here in the 70s. Somehow he left and we never fulfilled that position. And I'll tell you now, we really need someone in that particular role to help out Public Works and everyone else, our building code official, in addition to that. Building projects that you've seen going on around the community, and some that are still in process of getting to that point. The South Shore Estates, a subdivision with 32 lots. Down there, I used to call it the old horse pasture before you get to the state park down there off of South Shore Drive. Boy, those homes are flying up, or at least the twin homes, really, really fast. You know, much of the timber is up there now, 2x4s and everything else that you do with business. Snyder, she'll know what that's all about. Emerald Place Town and Home project, that's what's going to be going. That's 30 lots out in the new Emerald Edge. That's between 20th and 14th on Highway 18. If you look north out there, that street is already platted. The lots are already platted. And this will go over on the west side, done by the BAM developers, 2 young men who are very, very enthusiastic, thrilled to be here in Clear Lake. They've got the same thing going in Mount Pleasant and in Grinnell. We will be the 3rd one. The principal guy there is a senator in Des Moines, and he ran the management office down there for a number of years. He's young. He could wrestle at 150 right now and beat anybody in this room. He's a good-looking guy, and he's got some smarts. Very, very sharp guy. And his partner is out of Mount Pleasant, just as good. The Edge Apartment project is in the beginning stages. That's going to go just north of where the Hy-Vee is. You've seen the Hy-Vee going up down there, haven't you? I'm sure. Give it a year, give it maybe 10 years, but it'll be there. They own the property, excuse me, and that's going up by Mac Hamilton Real Estate out of Rochester. We've been up there and seen some of the apartments that he has done. Very, very nice. They will fit in perfect here. His associate is Chris Terry. Some of you may know that name. Chris grew up in Thornton. His dad was a veterinarian down there, worked a lot with Mike Fredericks. Neither one of those guys are here anymore. But he's got a good background, and we think that'll be just a wonderful, wonderful place. You put all those together, a couple of 30 lots, and then very possibly there'll be 90 apartments in the Hamilton real estate one. So a lot going there. We have completed East Main Street, finally at $2.5 million. That took 20 years to go from the loading area at the end of Main Street at the lake, all the way down really to, what is that, 27th, I believe, down there that goes out to McKesson, that road there. So that's complete. Street resurfacing, 1.5 miles done this year. Resurfacing means put asphalt over top of some streets that are really tired looking, you might say. And we did 1.5 this year. We try to do that about every other year, and that's not cheap, 1.2 mil. We have gone along with what the state has. The state was one of the last of the 50 states to adopt this, and that is a construction manager at risk. And we have, through a series of RFQs, requests for qualification, we have boiled that all down to the Dean Snyder Construction Company, who will be the construction manager at risk for the new music enrichment and immersive center over here where Fiddler's once was. Okay, and that's now down, and eventually that dear little white shack will go as well. That's the green room now, but that will go as well. And Snyder Construction is the construction manager at risk there. That's a new thing. I'm not going to go into all the detail. If you want, we can talk later on that. We got a RISE grant from the United States Department of Transportation. That's rare. Only 2 of us in this state got it. Davenport was the other one. And little old Clear Lake, 7,600 people. We're very, very pleased with that. That's going to start at I-35 and come all the way into South 8th Street. That's a 4-lane now. We're going to have a lot of planning that's going to take place there. We got $300,000 for that. It'll be a lot more than that. But we're very, very pleased to have that federal money. It's kind of interesting when you use federal money. Interesting, I should use the word, it ain't good sometimes when you get all that money, because there's a lot of detail and a lot of work that goes into combining that with state money and your local money to get things accomplished. Multimodal area, we're going to call that. That simply means that there are many ways of transportation down there. It's going to include opportunities for the physically and mentally challenged along there. There will be bike trails. To me, that's going to be the next big project. It's way down the road now upon completion, but that's very, very important. We only have 2 main entrances to the city. One is 194. This one will be 193. And we need to spruce that up a little bit. City Hall, we're out of there. And we're out on, what's the address? 5 4th Avenue South at the west end of the Pritchard Innovation Building. 9 of us are out there, all down the straight line. It's kind of an interesting deal compared to where we were. But they're going to renovate that security and ADA. Believe it or not, in this little town, you have to be concerned about security. And that's what we're spending a lot of money on the old City Hall area to make sure that it is secure and ADA accessible. They're slow on getting that going because they found good old Mr. Asbestos in there, and we've got to get him out of there. And that takes time and it takes a lot of coin. But that'll be an $850,000 job when it's all said and done. We hope not much more than that. Everybody plays park and playground. Boy, that's a highlight of my year. That was all started by a committee. Christina Malsby headed that up to begin with. Over $600,000 they raised on their own. $600,000. And, that's a $2.5 million project. It's complete now. We hope all the plantings that they put in this fall will come up next spring, or will be alive next spring. But it's a great, great park. My favorite part of that park is the line. What's that? What is it called? Zip line. Zip line. That's a hard word to remember. Zip line. And that'll be fun when that gets there. We got a great award for the seawall is going on the National Register of Historic Places. Beth Ann Schumacher, Stacy, Scott, Flory, and myself went over to where to go, Sioux City, and stayed in the Warrior Hotel. If you've ever stayed in a hotel that's really fixed up nicely and goes back to the old time, man, that's a great bowling alleys in the basement. How cool is that? Anyway, we got a wonderful award there, and now we have a plaque as of September 1st. We got a rededication of that seawall, and you say a hunk of rock is on it. Yes, a hunk of rock. That's granite, and the story behind that, we'll tell you more about that later if you'd like to know. But we're proud of everybody goes, where are you going to meet? Oh, let's meet at the seawall. And that's, pictures are taken, everything. This Surf District destination, one of the buildings we're sitting in right now, we got $4.3 million from the state on that. That is 40% of the total amount needed. This will be about a $10.6 million project. It includes the streetscape out here, the entryway out front. We've seen some pictures on that recently. RDG is helping us with that. Atura Architecture here in Clear Lake. Austin Peel is deeply involved in all that for us and doing a wonderful job. But we saw some early pictures of that down through here. There'll be access from the front door here to the lake, and there will be the Music Enrichment Center all in that particular grant. It was just, once again, us and Davenport that got for the placemaking part of that destination, Iowa, and that's key. I'm going to tell you more about that. I'll wrap it up later. Two gentlemen are retiring from our city council this year. Mike Callanan, who has been there for 16 years, and a number of those years towards the end here, he was my mayor pro tem. He also was on P&Z for a number of years. A gentleman whose name rings back to the beginning, last name to the beginning of this community. And with that being said, Mike has let us know a lot about what's been going on in the community over these last few years as he sits at the dais and gives us some input every night. But he's a great, great worker. We will miss him a lot. And Gary Hugie goes off after being on there 8 years. Gary Hugie, another local guy who was deep in construction and how all that works. And you really need a person like that, or it's very helpful to have a person like that on your council. They will be missed. Coming on board will be Creighton Schmidt. He was with us early on as a finance director. He's now gone back, but he works out of home with Marriott. He will be a great asset to us as well as Beth Ann Schumacher, whom Beth Ann has been attending our meetings for the last year and a half, I think, as a spectator, so she knows all that's going on as a result of being there. But now we will get her up on that dais, and what an addition that will be as well. I also want to compliment the chamber. I know I'm leaving in front of the camera. Don't holler at me. The chamber and how we cooperate with those people very, very well. Vets Memorial Golf Course, I don't know if you know it, but the city owns that. And once again, another profitable year for those folks. I talked to you already about the Iowa Creative Placement Grant that we got, and only 2 of us were there, and the MEC Center. At MEC Center, when it's going up, and we've been in discussion now with Atura, they will be the ones who will be in charge of the design and the planning and the architecture of that building. There's one part of that building that I throw out a lot, and that's called the exploratory room. I don't know if any of you have ever seen Van Gogh's Immersive, been involved in that. That's gone around the country. I happened to see it when we were down in Sarasota. I'm not a big music guy, nor did I like Van Gogh. I thought he was a grumpy old guy if you read about him. But he has that beautiful picture with a swirl. There's a name to it. I always forget it. But Flory even has that, believe it or not, behind his desk somewhere. And it's just a beautiful. Well, I hated it, but my wife said, we're going to go to that. I paid big bucks to get in there. I got so enthralled in that immersive part of it that I sat right on the floor. because it's going all around you and all types of music and so on and so on. We're going to try to do that. A tour is going to try to do that in working with McDine out of Marshalltown to put that in a room so that when you bring kids in and get in that immersive thing, they will remember that as compared to going to the Museum of Natural History in New York City and seeing, well, that's a mastodon, that's a mammoth, that's a blue whale. And then they go, oh, what'd you see today? A mastodon. And you know, when you get immersed in something like this, and it's going to be the story of this building, of this town with regard to music, what an educational trip that will be for young people. They will remember that, I believe, forever in their life. We're doing pretty good. I know you guys, and I am too, are paying too much for property taxes. If you live in Clear Lake, we do have it down a few cents, $9.65 per thousand of assessed value of your home. That's pretty darn good around the state. However, the assessor has jacked our homes up pretty good. That's pretty good if you go to sell it, if you can get it when you sell it. But it's a lot of money, and we do pay a lot in this community, and we hope we give you, from our standpoint, your money's worth. We do have the final plat of Emerald Edge. I think I told you that earlier. There are 7 building lots down there and 1 outlot. Boy, there's some really neat ideas flying around. We talked about one yesterday at City Hall. The possibility of going in down there. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I better keep my mouth shut on some of that stuff. North Iowa Children's Museum, you know, that's going around. There's going to be a lot. There already is, much like the children's playground, park and playground. Money is being rounded up for that. I'm sure there'll be some grant applications. I know there will be for that. I think that's going to be a very important part of our community as time goes on. We got the Iowa League of Cities All-Star Award last fall at the Iowa League of Cities down in Cedar Rapids. It's just nice looking star as far as that's concerned, but they thought that our arrangement with Doug G and with the city in regard to the Athletic and Wellness Center was the best for our size communities in the entire state of Iowa. The entire state of Iowa. All right, I'll finish with this. Thank God he's on. Got the wrong page. This is what our reflection on a meeting we had yesterday in Des Moines with Debbie Durham. Debbie Durham heads up the Iowa Economic Development Authority. Now there's 50 of those in the United States, 1 per state. She heads up our state. So she's one of 50. She's the one whom we go to apply for these grants, for business incentives. Where did we get another business? The huge one that I can remember is McKesson. We gave it a different name. We called it Windmill. People really had some interesting comments on that one because we couldn't tell them what the real name was until things were finalized. But she headed up that. She understood what we were going through there. And many of the other grants for any of the communities in the state of Iowa, she's it. She's it. In my opinion, she's a wonderful person. Here was our summary of yesterday. I call it, here are some excerpts. And Debbie Durham said this with regard to our grant that we got for what I told you earlier. And it's will be supported by most likely a hotel, which is not a part of the grant, across the street where the old hotel was taken down. It would also be supportive of 3 Stars Plaza that we've done a number of years ago. Holly, Valance, and the Bopper. And we put this together. She has looked at it. She was with her staff there in the Economic Development Authority building in Des Moines yesterday where we met, and here are her comments. I absolutely love it. This project exceeds all my expectations, and I loved it from the beginning. The placemaking fund is enormously complex. The governor said, are small communities going to be able to do this? the governor said to her, "The federal funding makes these projects really difficult, but you," Debbie's still talking, "seem to be getting along well." Here's the town, 7,600 people. This is so enormously difficult for a smaller community. Only Davenport, Marshalltown, and Clear Lake, Debbie's still talking, are in this category, and you are way ahead, and yours is the most impressive project we have seen of any Destination Iowa project, period.
Ooh.
Period. Anyway, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being a part of Clear Lake. You are our representative of the positiveness that this community has and will continue to have. Let us go forward with vim and vigor. Have a great, great holiday. Enjoy your families.
I think we can all agree that Clear Lake doesn't have a better cheerleader than Nelson and Crabb. So many great things going on in our community. So many good things going on at our school. Up next we have Doug G., our superintendent, to give us an update on what's happening in the school district.
Good morning. I'll try to go quick here, and I mean quick. So, and I've got Brandon Borsa's going to talk just real quickly about something. But really, I can't believe that we are almost through the semester, almost through the year, halfway through the year. Our teachers and staff continually amaze me on a day-to-day basis. But I will tell you this, I think they're ready for a break. I think the kids are, but I think the staff probably more so than the kids. But kids do get a little bit rambunctious this time of year, especially at the elementary. And I got Brandon and Brittany back there that could definitely attest to that. They get a little more excited. Our enrollment this year did drop a little bit. Certified, which would be kids that live in the district or in the Clear Lake School District, attending our district, that dropped by 14. Our open enrollment dropped or went up by like 7. That really is due to we have some kind of a shift of some kids that are choosing to do the online option. Not sure that's a great thing. I can't stand to do the online stuff, but some people think that's great. The good news is our open enrollment again increased by 11. That really truly is saving our district is the open enrollment in. We now have 300 kids that open enroll into Clear Lake District. So that's kids that live in another town, and some of them up to 30 plus miles away that choose to come to Clear Lake School District. There aren't too many school districts that can say that. So basically our serve, which I call butts in the seat, is down by 10 overall. And again, I would say if you looked at or talked about most towns outside of the metro or school districts outside of the metro, they would say that they're down in enrollment. And it's a struggle for those schools outside of the metro area. So our net open enrollment is 242. So 242 more kids open in than out. And so again, a huge plus for us. I am really excited though, as Mayor just said, to hear about the housing projects. It's taken 8 years, not just for me, but a lot of people knowing this was an issue, and I'm really excited to see this happening. And so thank you, City, for making that happen. It's huge. A lot of talk's been about the ESA or the voucher program and what's going to happen with kids going to other school districts, private, and getting those vouchers. I don't really believe that we really had any kids that were already attending Clear Lake that chose to do that option. We do have 22 residents, kids that did choose that option. I believe they're already in that option as far as a private school, and based on what I know right now. And again, I would echo the fact that we had far fewer kids that are taking that option to go to the private, as a lot of the other schools are. You hear some school districts really got hit hard by that, and I think it's going to be a really challenge for public education as that goes forward. I also am really thankful for the fact that because of Clear Lake being such a great place to be, that we have all our teaching positions filled. We have since the beginning of the year. You know that in August there were 1,100 teaching positions open in the state of Iowa in August. There are 500 of those that from my last word, that are filled by people that are not certified in those areas in the state of Iowa. Okay, so we are very blessed that people want to come here, which I can't thank you as a community and the staff enough for allowing me to serve this community and district. I'm now in my 8th year, and I can't even imagine how much, or you can't imagine how much I appreciate you as a community, and the people here are phenomenal. Legislatively, I'm not going to belabor on that because I don't know that it does me much good, but if you maybe have some input on that, but we really need some more funding. They are really, it's killing public education. I just shared with you the teaching. We've got to get more than a 2.5 or 3% SSA. We're going in the hole. Clear Lake is going to take about a $500,000 hit this year in terms of cutting into their savings based on, if you give raises or have staff, but you get your new money $77,000, that just doesn't cut it. And so I really need people's help on that we've got to get more funding for public education. We are going to get an upgrade to the camera system and the security system at all of our school buildings. We had a board meeting. We didn't settle completely yet, but we are going to. We'll have all new cameras. The new AI stuff in the cameras is amazing. I mean, we can put in a face recognition and it'll pick it up and notify us. So people will now have to, when this gets put in place, they will have to put in a driver's license and do a background check anytime they come to our school to visit. Just some updated security. Kind of like Mayor said, you wouldn't think or would wish you would have to do that here in a small community like this, but unfortunately you do. And so we're doing that. The last thing I want to talk about is that voter PEPL. And I really, I'll take the blame for that. We had the 2 questions on there. I think it was somewhat confusing for local voters. What we wanted to do, which got passed, was to raise the remaining 2 years on our PEPL from 67 cents to $1.34. That passed. So we'll have that for 2 more years, which is allowing us, by the way, to do the cameras and the security system, okay? But the problem is the second question was then to take that and extend it for 10 years. A voter PEPL goes for 10 years. If we don't get that passed, then our PEPL, voter PEPL, expires. We no longer have that money to pay for technology, for buses, for security, for non-instructional software. It will be a tremendous, and I'm saying this, it will be a tremendous hit to our district if we don't get that voter PEPL passed. We will bring it back in March on the next ballot because we want to get that in there now. I will tell you this, just an example. You say, well, why do you need to raise that PEPL a little bit? Well, 4 years ago, a bus was $77,000. Now they're $150,000. Obviously, technology a little bit more. And so things are costing more, and we need that more. The thing I would tell you is, as I sympathize with, like Mayor said, I realize we pay taxes here. I have a house here. I understand that. So my point is, the board, we have a $10.39 per thousand as our levy for the school. That has been the same since I've been here. The board has been very committed to keeping that the same, and it will with the PEPL. The thing to realize is just because we do the $1.34 doesn't mean we have to always ask that $1.34. It just gives us the ability to go to that if we have it. I do truly believe our school board is committed to staying at that $10.39. PEPL, so I know some people think, well, this raises your assessed value. We don't have anything to do with your assessed value, okay? So I hope that you'll get out and vote for that and support that, but we really do need that to pass, and so I don't really anticipate anything to do with your tax rate with that. So that's all for me. Brandon's going to come up and talk just real quickly about our new paw pantry, and I know he'll make it quick because I think he's probably got some things to do at school.
Kids show up whether we tell them to wait a little bit or not. So excited to be with you this morning. So happy to share just a couple of the really awesome things that are happening inside of the district. I'm kind of stealing from Chris Murphy, so if this is being recorded, he can come after me later. But at the high school, they began an initiative, started working on it at the very beginning of the semester, and they finally titled it the Paw Pantry. And one of the fastest growing populations inside of our district is students that qualify for free and reduced lunch. And with that comes a lot of things. There's a lot of research that tells us there's different instructional strategies. There's different things that they're going to have to deal with and work with before they even walk in the door. So as a school district, we want to help, especially with the food insecurity piece. So that pantry, they just got a new fridge that got, well, I would say it got delivered, but it got delivered when Chris and Jake drove to go get it and then bring it back. So depending on how you slice that, I say it got delivered, he looks at me sideways. I enjoy that. But they've got a fridge there, they've got shelving they're installing. This is going to be a place where we can not just send a couple of things home in backpacks over the weekend. This is going to be something where we can send full-on meals and start working to equip people, not just to have the food they need, but how to prepare those things. This is going to be skill building. This is building capacity inside of parents as well as in students as well. The program also is going to have personal care items, things like that. There's a Google form that people will fill out. There's a way to qualify. I won't get into all that because I'll do it wrong and then I'll get in trouble later. But it's a wonderful program and a wonderful opportunity. Everything will get rolling soon. So you may see some things. You can donate to that program that right now they can't accept funds. But if you were wanting to donate food or some personal care items, things like that, those opportunities will be coming. So be on the watch for that. In conjunction with that, we had a food drive at the elementary school, and happy to share we broke another record. We, as an elementary school, we donated over 2,000 pounds of food to area food banks. And we're really excited. One grade level all by itself came up with 750 of those pounds of food. I'm sure it had nothing to do with the fact that they got to pie their principals during lunch. If they wouldn't have made there's a video out there somewhere. I would encourage you not to watch it. Finally, last piece. We piloted this program last year and had great success with it. We would like to invite you to come to lunch sometime with us. We're calling it our Connect program. One of the things that we've discovered our students are missing is more and more positive adult interactions. We lost a lot of it with COVID, and not a lot of it has come back even several years later. So, inviting you, if you're willing, take one lunch break once a week. Come, pick a grade level, we'll get it all set up with the office. And all we would ask you to do is come walk around and talk to kids. For example, 11:50 or 10:50, to 11:20 is first grade. And we have different times going all the way to 1 o'clock. And it's just an opportunity to come in, sit down, talk with kids. We don't need your help serving. We don't need your help managing the lines or anything like that. All we want is for people to come into our building after they passed a background check and just spend some time with these kids. It becomes so popular and so important. We've got kids that will purposely leave space at the table and then stand up and wave the people over when they come. They will share details with you may not want to know, but they love having those people around them and with them. And the more positive adult interactions they have, the more they'll see you out in the community. That's going to continue to build in them their confidence and their love of this place. You might get a sideways look if a parent doesn't know who you are and that kid runs up to you and gives you a hug. You just have to assure them everything's fine. I've got some information. We're going to leave it over here on the bar for you. Feel free to take one of these and encourage anyone that you interact with. If they've got some time and they're willing to give. The commitment we ask for is you take one day out of the week and at least one grade level. Really, the only other stipulations is, of course, that background check, and then we also don't put anyone into a grade level where they have any family, just because we don't want any uncomfortable experiences there. Because this is about the community interacting with school. And the stronger we work together, as we've already talked about, the better we're going to do for our kids, the stronger adults they'll become, and frankly, the better employees you're going to have. Or competition, so depending on how you slice it. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it.
I know my son personally liked the pieing in the face because he was one of the kids that got to do it, so that was great. All right, up next we have Chad Schreck from the corridor to give us an update regarding economic activity around the region.
5 minutes, yeah. I'll be fast. All right. No, appreciate that. And thank you to the leaders of our community, Stacy, the mayor, it's the school district. It's amazing to see that. And this kind of participation proves out how special our community is every time. So just appreciate that so much. I've been here 9 years, and it's been amazing every year. Over that time, I've had one request that's kind of been at the top of the list for a lot of people about what we should be trying to do as a community. Any guesses what that is? That's a big one. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Mission accomplished. Chick-fil-A is coming to North Iowa. So am I done? Now, I can't take any credit for it, and I won't. But Chick-fil-A is on the list. They are coming to North Iowa. So there you go. There you go. I hope you're all happy now. But in addition to that, a lot of good things happening. Ulta Beauty, another one for all the gals. I've never heard of them before. Apparently, it's a big deal. People like that too. That's also coming. So that's awesome. That area over by where Best Buy used to be, you know, that had a lot of empty storefronts for a long time. Those are all full now. So that's really encouraging for North Iowa in general, because retail is just a key indicator for us of what is a strong economy, right? So when those kind of national companies are coming here, they're identifying this as an area of opportunity. That means that a lot of things are going well for us. And you heard a lot of it from the mayor. So I won't belabor all the housing numbers, other than to say I was trying to add up what we've all added up. About 6 years ago, we made the goal to add 100 housing units a year. And I'm happy to say we have surpassed that in that time frame, and we've got about 360 in the hopper for this year over the next 2 years. So kudos again to the community, doing an amazing job on that, both in Clear Lake and Mason City. We've seen big successes that have just brought more and more developers like Mac Hamilton to our communities because they see the success, they see that it's working. We've proven that people need that and want that, so we're really, really excited to see that continue to grow. On the business side, we have seen really exciting growth in industrial opportunities. The one that was announced this year was the New Energy Freedom Project in Mason City, the ethanol project. It's about a $350 million project that has some really cool spin-off things with that as well. They're looking to break ground here by June of this coming year. So that's really exciting for our area. They have a partnership with Dow Chemical. They want to utilize their fuel to make renewable plastics, which is kind of the next generation of plastics. So if you've seen It's a Wonderful Life, it's a big deal. Plastics are the future. So we're excited about that one. We've actually got 2 renewable fuel projects in addition to that are extremely large. We have one that has 150 acres under option in the industrial park. That'd be renewable diesel, sustainable aviation fuel, which you've probably heard a lot about recently. That is a huge one. We meet with them weekly. Their goal would actually be to start in 2025, so they've got a longer lead time, but it's a lot bigger project and a lot of moving parts in that one. And we also have 2 projects that are considering the area for hydrogen production, which is another big area of future development in renewable fuels. So we just, again, that renewable fuel sector is an incredibly important area for us. We sit incredibly well positioned for it as far as infrastructure, our location, proximity to all the materials they need. So we're really trying to hit that hard and be development ready for that. Those are really high value jobs. You know, those typically are about 50 to 100 jobs, but they average 80,000+ a year. So really, really important, and a lot of great research and development that goes with that as well. So again, big focus area for us that we continue to work on very hard. A couple of things on, I guess, another project. We've got 10 acres that are under option and in due diligence for a warehousing distribution project in the industrial park in Mason City. That would be a large international company people have heard of a little bit, and we hope to have final word on that by the spring and move that forward this coming year. That'd be about a 50,000 square foot facility and 25 or so jobs. And then the former Pet Boys distribution facility in Mason City, it's about 155,000 square foot building, had about 20 employees. That company went bankrupt, and we actually have a company now that's in discussion to buy that, and we're bringing about 65 new jobs. It'd be a manufacturer and an incredible company and an incredible investment. So we are really excited about that one as well. Again, just tons and tons of successes on the way and in development right now. Then just on the corridor side, we have Casey Royster here, who is an employee of ours in shared position with NIAC in our workforce efforts, and she is actually stepping down next week from that position, is joining a great local company. So we hate to see her go. She's done an amazing job working with the schools, working with our businesses and getting business-to-school partnerships going. So appreciate everything you did for us, Casey, and look forward to working with you in your new role at your new employer. But we will be looking to fill that position. So if you know any great people that would be interested in a position like that, where they get to work with young people, that you heard from Brandon and Doug, we have great schools to partner with and great businesses to get involved and get incorporated and show the career opportunities and future that our students have here. that make this place special. So really looking forward to that. We also have a marketing position that actually Stacy and I have been working on. We are looking to do a shared position between the corridor and the Clear Lake Chamber. So really looking forward to that, and we have an interview set up for next week with a local candidate that we're both very excited about and hope will work out. But certainly still accepting people if you'd be interested in that position as well. And finally, I'll just close with our comprehensive plan process. We've been talking about that over the last year. We have our draft. We reviewed that with the committee this last week, and we look for that to go public preview here in the next couple of weeks. They're hopefully over Christmas break, because you'll be bored, you'll be sitting around, you'll need something to read. It's 200 pages. You'll be able to get through it. But that is a very important document for Mason City, Clear Lake, and the county. It's very unique that we did that in a unified way. So really appreciate the leaders of our communities coming together to do that process and look at the future of North Iowa and how it all connects together, how we can all work together to make that happen, and what makes sense, just development-wise and growth-wise, and where we want to take things. So really important project. We'll try to shoot that out as soon as we have it so people can see it and make comment and let us know, are we on the right track? Are there things that we need to improve on that? So appreciate it. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year.
In summary, North Iowa is a great place to live and work, right? The last 45 minutes. All right, we are to the rapid fire portion of the agenda. So we have our 2-minute presentations by you guys. We get to celebrate promotions, new hires, all sorts of things. So if you are part of the new employee and promotion section of the agenda, I'm just going to invite you to come stand up along here so we can just pass the mic from one group to the other. So come on up, don't be shy. We'll keep things moving right along here. All right, Dr. Brady, I'll hand things to you first. All right, here we go.
Thank you. I'm here to introduce Dr. Brinkley. Josiah Brinkley is coming to us from Algona. We're at Waypoint Medical, which is across from that big place that moved dirt from east to west that Mayor Crabb called Emerald Edge. We haven't seen anything happen yet, but we're excited to have it so that the dirt doesn't come flying into our parking lot. But, we are at capacity, I guess, for me. We just reached, we're closing in on 6,300 unique patients. So for a community the size of 7,500, that's great. We're seeing people from as far away as Mankato to Des Moines, Mason City, and all the surrounding communities. So we're urgent care, primary care, and we do have same-day sick care. So we want you to know we have access. If you call up and you're sick, we're going to get you in. So for that, I'm going to introduce Dr. Brinkley, who's going to help with that. So he came to us from Algona, Kossuth Regional Medical Center.
Yeah, so really happy to be joining the practice at Waypoint and just expanding our capacity to see people and get people in when they need to get in. I spent the last 9 years in Algona at Kossuth Regional, and this is a really nice transition for me. So happy to be a part of the community and just adding a little bit of capacity and a few other unique things that I do. Going to be doing DOT physicals for truck drivers and then flight physicals as well. So we'll be adding a little bit of new things and then just increasing our capacity to grow.
Oh, and he makes balloon animals if you got kids.
With Dean Snyder Construction. It's been a while since we've done any updates, so I'll do a quick introduction. We're family and employee owned. Employee owned as of 2021. We went partial ESOP because we know that it takes great people to do all these great projects that we're doing, especially the Music Enrichment Center. Thank you to that committee who chose us as a valued contractor. And I'm here to introduce 2 of our valued employees. Is Jill here? That was the 3rd one. Maybe not. Maybe next time. Masi is our new HR assistant, and Pablo is a project engineer for us on a pathway to be a project manager, and I'll let them do a quick introduction.
making a correction, sorry, but I'm the HR generalist. My name is Maciel Piro. If you guys can see it, you can call me Maciel. If you can't, you can call me Masi. But I am actually originally from Orlando, Florida, but have been here for about 10 years, coming August. And prior to Deep Schneider Construction, I was working for Mercy One, doing talent acquisition there.
My name is Pablo Gutierrez. I'm kind of excited and nervous to be here. I wasn't expecting to talk to all of you guys, but I'm glad to be here and be part of the community, be part of the big family Dean Schneider Construction. I'm happy to provide my services to the community as well and extend our services to North Iowa because basically we're working everywhere right now. So it's been amazing to be part of the community. I've been here for about 7 years now. I live in Clear Lake. I have children here. So it's wonderful to see all these people gather around and talk about all these important things, school, what's going on in our surroundings in the area. So I'm glad to be here.
Owns Mindful Methods on Main Street. Mindful Methods Store, Holistic Healing. It's awesome. You should check it out. And one more announcement. We are hiring for a new HR director. Our director of 20 plus years is retiring in January, so if you know anyone that wants to take on the workforce construction industry challenges, let me know.
Good morning, I'm Janet Johnson with One Vision, and I'm super excited to introduce, but probably many of you know her, Kara Trenton. She is with One Vision now, but comes to us from NIAC and decades of experience in development and marketing, and we are just so excited to have her join our team as the development and communication director. So I'll have you say a couple words.
Sure. Thank you for hosting this. I've been on chamber boards for many years, and this is incredible. I love this. So I'm super happy to be part of One Vision and to start participating more in the Clear Lake community. And so thank you all.
Good morning, everyone. Happy holidays, right? This is great to see everyone's smiling faces this morning. And I'm excited to introduce Jordan Smith. Jordan comes to us from, she's a native of Gardner for many years, and now she lives in Britt. We pulled her away from another healthcare organization further south, so nothing locally, but we're very excited to have her as our recruiter. So you'll be seeing Jordan's face out in the community, in the area, attracting talent. She is a loyal, unfortunately, Iowa State fan, but she does redeem herself a little bit in my eyes because she is a Hawkeye wrestling fan, so that does have a warm place in her heart. So without further ado, welcome.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here today. It's nice to see all these bright faces so early in the morning. Local native, worked in healthcare for probably my entire career in the talent acquisition side and a little bit of just, basic human resources. So excited to join One Vision and have the opportunity to grow in the community here.
Good morning. I'm Renee Kruckenberg, the CEO of Community Health Center in Mason City. This is our outreach coordinator, Braylee McCormick. If you don't know what Community Health Center does, we do medical, dental, behavioral health. We have a social worker and financial advocate all in one building. We have our main office is in Fort Dodge. We have a really small office in Dayton. And then we opened Eagle Grove this past summer. And then we just recently purchased a practice in Clarion, so we'll be opening that soon too. But I'll let Bailey tell you a little bit about what she's been working on.
Hi again, I'm Bailey. I do all the fun stuff at the Community Health Center, so I'm usually the face of the Community Health Center going out and going to all the meetings and gathering the stuff. I'm currently working on our 2024 fundraiser right now.
Good morning. Hi, we're Iowa State University Extension. We serve all of Saragordo County, so some of you have on your tables our stakeholders report for 2023, and I want to introduce Mercedes Latham, and she started the day after Thanksgiving holiday, so we didn't scare her away yet, so I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself.
Hi, I'm Mercedes, but if you want to call me Sadie, definitely okay with that. Not much of a Mercedes gal. But I'm from Mason City, plan on sticking around. Look forward to getting to meet all of you and interacting and getting to know you guys.
And I want to announce, we hired Sadie because Janine is retiring in February. So everyone loves to know Janine. She has been awesome. She's won awards in Extension, and we're really, really proud and happy that she has served us for as long as she did. So here you go.
Although I probably won't go completely away because, as you all know, you've probably seen me in various walks of life in the northern Iowa area for many, many years. So as a result, I'm pretty sure I'll get recruited to do something. And I'm looking forward to it. We're going to do a little bit of traveling at first, and then we'll be back and strong at it. I brought some posters for you, Iowa State posters for you, and they are over here on the table. Feel free to take them. And thank you for everything that you guys do for this community, not only in the Clear Lake area, but also in Mason City. We serve one county, Saragordo County, and we are happy to be here. Thank you.
Congratulations. I think that in March we should all wear our collegiate gear and just see how that goes. I think that's the way we need to go. We are to the special updates, honors, and awards. You already heard about Janine's retirement, but up next we have Chad Harrison, CPA. If you are a part of this section of the agenda, please get lined up.
Hey everyone, I am Chad Harrison. I work at Chad Harrison CPA. It's a great experience. But nevertheless, we are excited to announce we're kind of partnering with Russ. We heard some rumbles early in the year that maybe he was wanting to, pursue other ventures in his life. And we sat down for a conversation, and the first thing he said was, "My wife says I have to retire." And so rather than that, we convinced everyone that he should come work for us. And so we're gonna, Russ is gonna be working for us this tax season, and hopefully several more after that. We are just excited to announce that partnership. So, go.
It's with a little bit of regret, but it's just going to be fun. And I didn't know who to hire for a divorce attorney, so I decided I better retire. And I just want to, as I look out over the faces and everything, I've had a good run here in Clear Lake, over 50 years, and just want to thank everybody and anybody that I've worked with, and I certainly appreciate all the help that I have received from you, as well as I hope I have helped other people. And I'm looking forward to working with Chad. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Joni Frederick with Central Gardens. I just wanted to tell you about an award that our volunteers received from the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution in November. The award recognizes about 100 volunteers that are on board at Central Gardens who do everything from tending the grounds to organizing committees to organizing community events, all the things that it takes to run the garden. So just wanted to make you aware and introducing here Doug Marty.
Good morning. So volunteering is core. If you think about our location and everyone around us, two things matter. One is the contributions that people like you give day in, day out, corporate memberships, support, and then there are volunteers who day in and day out pull those weeds, as Joni said. So it was thrilled to have the Daughters of the American Revolution, DAR, give us this award. But I'd love for you, if you've got friends or you want to come out next spring and help us, we would love for you or your organization to adopt a garden or be part of it. we're, 23 years old next year, right? And some of our volunteers are getting a little bit older, so we're starting to change into a new generation, so it's time for us to step up too. So thank you. Have a great new year.
Good morning, my name is Kim Boyd. I'm the property manager with Glen Oaks Community here in Clear Lake. We are a branch of One Vision, and we are home to the Terraces Townhomes and Timbercrest Apartments. It's 55 plus independent living. We do still have a little bit of availability, but not a lot. So we do have 4 floor plans with 1 bedroom den, 2 bedroom, and 2 bedroom den. Some of your folks here in the audience live there and just love it, so get in while you can. But we're here today to tell you that we won 4 awards with the Reader's Choice Best of the Best. We're really excited about that because that is you all voting, our residents voting, and the community voting. We won in the 55 plus housing category, independent living, senior fitness, and senior activity center. And if you're wondering what our senior activity center is, it is available to the community. We have a swimming pool, hot tub, fitness center. We have therapy on site. We have pickleball, basketball, a full-size gymnasium. We give them availability to our club room, which has a pool table. And we do take people that don't live in Glen Oaks. They can also come in and get a membership. So we're really excited about this award, and all the profits that come from the Timbercrest Apartments or the Terraces Townhomes goes back to support One Vision. So, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Crystal Hesse, broker owner of Realty One Group, and just wanted to give you guys an update on what's been happening with us the last 4 years. We've continued to grow in North Iowa. Our first office was in Mason City, and we expanded to Clear Lake the next year after. There's also 2 Realty One Group offices in Lake Mills and Forest City, managed by Marissa Copeman. Realty One Group is actually worldwide now, so internationally there's 18 offices overseas, and we've got a total of 19,000, I think, agents, 19,293 agents. Total transactions, 85,878 for the year over the U.S. and overseas. And we're just a small part of that in North Iowa, but I'm excited to announce that we've grown to 14 total agents, and we now have Rose Realty team joining us with Jordan Rose, Scott, and Heidi Kale. All of these guys have displayed exemplary leadership skills. They're always at meetings, helping with events, just very down-to-earth kind of people, and I love working with them. Jordan just completed all of his broker classes, so we just found out that he actually did twice as many classes as he needed to. Scott has got a history of sales and management of sales, and Heidi is very entrepreneurial. She's got her own violin lesson business too, that she does lessons here at the Surf Ballroom. If anybody has kids that need any lessons, she's great. Another person I want to recognize is, she's not here today, but Sue Allison Hendricks from Clear Lake. She's a licensed realtor here, and she is sponsoring the Home for the Holidays event. You can sign up to get your mortgage or rent paid for in 2024, either at our Facebook website, we've got a link for that, or 93.9 radio link will lead you to that sign up. We also have a blood drive going on for the month of December, so LifeServe is welcoming everyone to come in. They have a shortage of blood right now, so don't know if you guys realize, but they have to throw that blood away like every couple of months, I think, so they need to constantly replenish. So if you're able to give blood, put it on your schedule to actively do that. That would be really helpful for them. Another big announcement that we have as Realty One Group as a whole is we're rolling out a new technology that is a platform or a website that the buyers and sellers can use to make the offer and negotiation process more transparent. So we found a lot in 2020 and 2022 that there was a lack of transparency with people getting in bidding wars over homes and then finding out later that maybe it just went a couple thousand over what they might have gone to if they would have been able to see that final price that they needed to beat. So final offer will be a way for people to see the final price and have another opportunity to then have a time period to go higher if they choose to. And we're excited and taking certification classes to roll that out to explain it to the public. So if anybody has any questions, or if you have any friends or family that are looking to buy or sell in the future, please get a hold of us. 641-357-HOME is our office number, or rogwelcomehome.com. You can look up our website or find us on Facebook.
All right, so we are to our new member introduction. So if you are a new member and on the agenda, I'd invite you to come over here and line up. Year to date, we've added over 60 new members to the chamber. So we're excited to have a few of them on the back of your brochure. You can, or on the back of your agenda, you can see the ones who joined us in the last quarter. So, all right. Are you guys ready? Okay.
Good morning, my name is Sarah Lindquist, and I am the Regional Director of a new Autism Center called MAC, or Midwest Autism Center. We're located at 1020 Buddy Holly Place here in Clear Lake. We are really excited to be here. We have expanded from Minnesota. We have about 19 centers and expanding here in Iowa and also in Wisconsin. We take care of what we call littles, ages 2 to 8 or 9 years old, and we do AB therapy. So I look forward to working with the Clear Lake School District, and I have a meeting with them here real soon. So I want to thank you guys for being here today, and we hope to work with you in the future with our littles and our children and parents. So thank you.
Good morning. My name's Lane Krause. Just opened North Shore Chiropractic here, stone's throw away from here, right on North Shore. I'll see patients anywhere from hours after birth until geriatrics. Really just love the community. Grew up in Iowa Falls. After graduation, was out in South Dakota for a while. Loved it out there, but I always knew I wanted to come back to North Central Iowa. Just love this community. Love to help out anybody with what they need. Really don't know what else to say, but just happy to be back here. Just opened a couple of weeks ago, so stop on by if you ever want to visit. But thanks.
That was an impressive suit. Oh, it wish the camera could see this. I should have done that earlier. My name is Justin Neisminger, and I'm new to the chamber. I work with a program through Iowa State University with Cirrus called the Apex Accelerator Program. If you are a business that sells a product or service that the government might be interested in, I'm a free resource you can talk to learn about how to sell to the government. So we can help you with things like registrations, marketing strategies, finding opportunities. We have a free bid match service that's available. It takes your keywords and it'll look for those opportunities. You get an email in your inbox once a day if it finds anything, and that's a free service we provide to you. We can help you with understanding bid documents. Post-award issues, how do I get paid, is one of the most common things that we run into. So feel free to reach out to connect with me here after the event. I have business cards. Get a hold of me quick because I'm heading to Clarion after this. So, but thank you for listening.
Good morning, everybody. I want to thank the mayor first for shouting out my husband in the very beginning. My husband is Ty Fitchie, and he is actually the project superintendent who is in charge of what was known as that horse development. And so he is very excited. He's a native of Oklahoma, and he's very excited to be working in our local community. And so it's just very humbling to know that the community has recognized him. But you might formally know me as Ashley Chesick. My dad is Paul Chesick, and I recently was diagnosed last January with thyroid cancer and followed my dream of becoming a florist. And so I opened my own floral shop based out of my home in Garner, Iowa. I opened a storefront in Garner. Things didn't quite pan out exactly how we had hoped, so I'm back at my house. But I do event planning, floral. I do lots of weddings, lots of funerals, work with so many families, and we love giving back to the community. And so this is what I do full time. And we have 3 children in the school district between Clear Lake and the classical school. We just love it here. Grew up in Clear Lake, and we just love giving back. So I'm gonna leave some business cards over on this table, so feel free to pick one up. We have a Facebook page called The Red Cardinal. You can message us, email us, whatever you need to do, and we look forward to serving you.
All right, we're to the final section of our agenda, which is events and things of interest. So if you are in that section, please come on over. First up, we have Matt Ritter with Clear Lake Bank and Trust.
Morning, everybody. I'm Matt Ritter, CEO with Clear Lake Bank and Trust, and not a popular topic, but check fraud. We still write a lot of checks in this country. A couple quick statistics to share with you. In 2022, banks reported 680,000 cases of check fraud. That's more than double than the year before. This year, banks are seeing probably it's going to be about a $24 billion loss in our country, which is double in the last 5 years. Again, not a popular topic, but wanted to share this with you. How is it happening? Number one way that checks are being intercepted is through mail theft. Mail carriers are actually being held at gunpoint in larger cities. Mail is being stolen. We're not immune to this in North Iowa. We're seeing this today. If you ask any banker here, this continues to be a very increasing, growing problem. Very easy to wash a check, remove the payee name and the dollar amount. We continue to see this. If you don't think we're immune to it, we just saw a situation where a check had been mailed from Mason City to Garner. We all know it probably flowed through Waterloo at some point. If it was somewhere in that short area, it was intercepted. The payee name changed, the amount changed to $4,000, signature was left just fine. So the bank assumed, hey, this check was legitimate. The bank that cashed the check processed it just fine, gave this person $4,000. They had a fake ID. This continues to be a large problem. Just real quickly want to point out, at your table, you have some best practices for preventing check fraud. Item number 5 is something we're pushing very heavily at our bank. Our business bankers are talking to our customers about it. Most banks in this area offer what's called positive pay. It's a free service at our bank. If you're not using it, consider it. You just simply upload the details of the checks that you issue. When checks are presented against your account, if it's not on your authorized list, we don't pay it. We contact you, we ask you, did you forget to upload this check? Did you forget to let us know about it? It's probably the #1 fraud prevention tips for check fraud today. Very important. Please contact us if you don't have this. We're more than happy, even if you don't bank with us, we will help you and talk to you about check fraud and give you tips. So that's all we got.
Good morning, everyone. Candy Parsons, the director of the Pop John Entrepreneurial Center. I just wanted to take an opportunity real quick to thank all of you for the continuous support, the North Iowa Corridor, Clear Lake Chamber, City of Clear Lake. Without that support, we couldn't do what we do. This year we launched our first student Everyday Entrepreneur Venture competition. And so these are everyday entrepreneur students at NIAC, some still in high school. We had 7 win $4,500, which we got from our grant. We just have registration open for Venture School, which Ashley's going to talk about, but we rely on all of you to also refer those people. One of the our first registrant is referred from a business that's opening in Clear Lake that finished in the fall. So thank you so much for keeping the word out there about the programs and workshops that we have. And I just want to highlight 2 of those that happened last week, in case you didn't see the press releases and the multiple social media posts that we did. 2 of our Venture School graduates both had some big successes last week. Jason Reiner with Re-Envision Ag pitched for a winner-take-all finalist in the Interventure Iowa Challenge and took home the $100,000. And we were up against the Iowa Iowa State Startup Factory graduate and a graduate of a program that's at the University of Iowa. So it looks pretty good when little Nyack Popjohn Entrepreneurial Center can coach people to take home that kind of money. And the day before that, we had an entrepreneur from Hampton pitching at Lowe's Home Improvement and was awarded a contract. So that was also pretty exciting. Both Venture School graduates. And so it's really important for them to get the early traction and the early training they need to learn how to pitch, because it is Shark Tank out there. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm just gonna go over some things that we kind of have in the pipeline for the spring. It's always changing, we're always adding, so always look at our LinkedIn, Facebook, and our website or the Clear Lake Chamber newsletter. They're really good about putting out what we have coming up. But currently we have, in January 10th is a busy day. We have Tackle Your Tech to-do list with your nerdy best friend. She was back here up in September, did a 3-hour seminar. This one's via Zoom for an hour and a half. She'll go through tech tools, AI, ChatGPT, ways to utilize technology in your everyday workplace to make you more productive. That is a paid event through Continuing Education and Business Workforce, so there is a QR code on the little flyers on your tables. Also that day we have Corporate Transparency Act training. This is new that Vincent is putting out. It's going to be required of all small businesses. Existing has till January 1st, 2025. New businesses has to file the day they are technically open. So this is going to be presented by John Winnick to go through who has to file, what the filing looks like, who can be exempt, and also walk you through the website. That's going to be free. It's via Zoom. Check out our website. There'll be links to register for that. We have an HR Foundations for Success seminar coming up. How do you hire your first client? What does that look, or first employee? What does that look like? What processes do you need to take before that? That'll be February 7th on the Nyack campus. We are doing our Entrepreneurs Essential 3-part series again. We piloted that this fall. It was pretty successful. There's a Business Essentials, Financials, and Marketing, all different days, all via Zoom. And then Venture School is launching for spring 2024. It'll be starting February 15th. Registration is currently open on the University of Iowa website. There's also the link. And then we are constantly looking for coaches and mentors, so if that's something you're interested in to help the local entrepreneurs get started, please reach out to me. We also have Tech Talk every third Tuesday of the month, all throughout the year. Joyce is always looking for sponsors for those events as well. They're held either at Mason City Brewery, Clear Lake Brewery, Osage Brewing. You get the theme there. And then also YEA, which is our high school camp for a week on campus, will be held, I believe, the first week in June this year. So keep an eye out for those flyers coming out as well.
Hi, I'm Jody Isolini, and I have a health and wellness practice here in Clear Lake called Just Breathe. And I wanted to pop in here today to talk about a few additions. So I am a breathwork practitioner. I also do health and nutrition coaching, and I'm an energy therapy worker as well. But I wanted to let you know I brought on 4 new practices in my business space. So the first one is a web-based quantum frequency scanner. So this is really cool. It works on the premise of Albert Einstein and Nikola Tesla and like Robert Wright, people that were great quantum physicists that we all know about. They have actually mapped out our whole entire body to the cellular level and know what frequency those resonate at. And if they're not resonating correctly, this will help kind of come in and balance those. This scanner can also pick up food sensitivities and our emotions, because if those are not in balance, we are not in balance. So that's one of my modalities. I brought in a foot detox, a dry foot detox. If anybody's ever had a foot detox before, you stick your feet in a tub of water. It's really gross. This one's dry. And it also has an abdominal band that will actually massage your organs, because that's super important to help keep things flowing. I brought in what is called an infinity mat, and it sends a pulse electromagnetic field to your body, which is a healing frequency that can help, calm us down, but actually kind of sort of ground us, but raise our emotions, raise our emotional status, help with fatigue. If we've been at the wellness center and we're a little sore, it can kind of help with that too. Help detoxify. Both of those can help detoxify. And the third thing I brought in is called a terahertz wand. So this is a small current that can actually bypass a normal cell, but
but if it hits an abnormal cell, it will make it vibrate until it destroys it. So, these are all ways to detoxify our body and help bring balance in, all dealing with frequency. And Albert Einstein said the future of medicine is with frequency. So I have cards on the table. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Janet Johnson from One Vision again, and Mario Van Dyke. First of all, I would like to thank Clear Lake and the entire community for supporting us for our Lights on 5K. We had a great event. We had over 125 participants who ran. We had a lot of volunteers, and the event was absolutely outstanding. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Secondly, I'd like a show of hands. How many people have either donated to our general store or have shopped at our general store at some time or another? Fabulous. So that's wonderful, because I want you to know the general store is not going anywhere, but it's changing its name. A lot of people, the general store has been around for 50 years. Super important. The mission has not changed, but we are changing its name to One Vision Thrift Store, and we will be having a ribbon cutting on January 11th with a new brand, a new logo, same mission. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, what happened to the general store? Did it close? Is it going out of business? Absolutely not. It's just getting better and better. And it will have a new name. It's been painted. It has a nice fresh coat of paint on the outside. It's been revamped on the inside. Same mission. So we still want you to make sure you donate, because that's what makes it go. We still want you to purchase there. All of the proceeds that are funded, that come into the thrift store, will go back and fund our mission of standing with and supporting people with disabilities to pursue their best life. So I'm going to give it to Mario to add on anything.
This is really just the last stage of some of the redone in the store that's been done in the past couple of years. If you shopped in the store over the past year, you've seen some repainting stuff, some new signs, all the kind of stuff. This is really the conclusion to that. Actually, there's one more little thing that needs to be done is, if on the outside it's being painted green, but there's on the right side of the store, there's a big green open space. If any of you know anybody who knows how to do murals, we're looking for somebody who's willing and able to do murals. So know that, let us know. The store is going to be very exciting for us, because like Janet says, it contributes a lot to our organization. And in that respect, we also look forward in the spring opening another store in the Waterloo area. So we are looking at expanding our operations.
Janet, I am pretty sure that this beautiful sweater you're looking at came from the One Vision. All right, thank you so much for coming today. Before we conclude, I'd like to invite Lane up here, please. I'd also ask Sarah and Renee, do you guys want to stand up quick? Sure. Is Renee still here, Renee Kruckenberg? Yeah, oh, she's back there. Honorable mention. I mean, you guys look fabulous in your new stores. I mean, as soon as this guy turns on the lights, I mean, how do you beat that, right? So we have a Clear Lake, Iowa sweatshirt as a prize for your fabulous in the festive dress attire today, please come up to the stage. Otherwise, thank you so much. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. We appreciate all that you guys do to support us and help us fulfill our mission. Have a great day.